Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. I think it's a short video today. I think there are several things that came up today, so let's get right into it. The first topic of the day is Marvel. We are Moon Knight. Oscar Isaac has, there was already confirmed that Oscar Isaac was going to be Moon Knight, but it's kind of cool. He had a little picture here of him and some Moon Knight stuff in the background. Probably just laid it all out to show it's Moon Knight. And yeah, so he's busy working on Moon Knight right now, and that's pretty awesome. So hopefully, we saw some stunt things a while back, so he's definitely working on the physical part of it as well. But you know what? I'm kind of curious, when is going to be Solid Snake? This dude is becoming that dude they go to for multiple IP properties, right? And just like Henry Cavill almost, this guy is going to be Solid Snake and Moon Knight. He's also in Star Wars. Wow. Quite amazing indeed. So that's a little bit of Moon Knight with Oscar Isaac. All right. Let's get into some Warner Media business. This is coming from Variety. Warner Media chief Jason Kilar says he's staying at the company through 2022 because there was a speculation that he may leave after the merger, and that could still be true. Actually, potentially still true, because we can't have the same title for in one company, right? He is pretty much David Zaslav, and David Zaslav's coming in. He's gonna be taking over that position. So, but these mergers take a while. Years even, right? Because they have to get right on they have to make sure the merge is seamless as possible, like accounting wise and everything. There's a lot of paperwork to be done, making sure who does what positions, making sure the person who comes in knows what to do. A lot of times an exec is shadowing another exec, and they're working together so to get up to speed on things like that, and then they slowly let these people go. So it may take a year. I've represented some factories where it took years, and then all of a sudden one day my manager was gone. He's gone. Here's your new manager who was from the other factory that merged with us. And I'm like, oh hi. It's like, it just happens. That's just the way it is. So it won't be like that. It'll definitely take years. We probably won't see any major effects, possibly maybe until 2023. So we'll have to wait and see about that. That's a little bit about Warner Media chief Jason Kilar. All right, since we're Warner Media, let's get into DC. This is coming from DC Versal. According to IMDb, Blue Beetle film is now officially in pre-production. Filming begins this year. And this was really fast. They got through this one pretty quickly. And I don't know how accurate IMDb is, but a lot of times it definitely is much more accurate than, say, when you Google something. Sometimes when you Google it weird stuff comes up, like Alicia Vikander as Hawk Girl in Wonder Woman 1984. Yeah, that happens when you Google sometimes. But IMDb says it's pre-production. Probably right. And filming will begin this year. That'll be interesting. Blue Beetle, not entirely looking forward to him, but I do have an keen interest in tokusatsu, and to me, Blue Beetle is the closest thing we'll probably get to a Kamen Rider for DC. So there's that. As we move on to more DC, apparently Todd Phillips has reportedly signed on to co-write Joker 2. This is coming from Culture Crave. They're saying it's via The Hollywood Reporter. There's no real big article, but it's just this little segment, and a Hollywood Reporter, it says Sloan offer Weber Dern, I don't know, and client Southwestern Law School. Client Zack Snyder is back in action with his Justice League cut on HBO Max and the Netflix zombie flick Army of the Dead. Todd Phillips struck a deal to co-write the next Joker installment. That's it. That's where it's coming from. That's all. Just that little line right there. Wow. He did strike a deal. Well, great. That's awesome. I never thought that would actually may have come through, but Todd Phillips is there. It doesn't say Joaquin Phoenix, but if it's Joker 2, then it's got to be Joaquin Phoenix. And if Joaquin Phoenix says yes to a 2, that means the script must be amazing and awesome, because he picks amazing projects. He's very particular about the projects he picks, and usually he doesn't pick any sequel stuff. So if he saw something in there and he loved it, then I'm all for it. I can't wait to see what that's about. But yeah, just in that little thing right there, let's see if there's any more that comes out here. But Joker 2 was trending, and people were pretty excited that Todd Phillips has reportedly signed on to co-write Joker 2. Now the other side, we're like, we don't need Joker 2. It was a pretty, nicely wrapped up piece movie. And yeah, it was. But like I said, if they have something special, if they have something they want a story that can continue with Joker, a story that could go beyond the first movie, and it's certainly interesting enough for Joaquin Phoenix to say yes to, no, I want to clarify, I didn't say yes, he's just writing it now. There's a possibility that, it could still fall flat. But if they do something and they've got something in there, I'll be pretty excited to see it. And what I'm hoping, although I don't know how it'll work out because this Joker is substantially older than Bruce Wayne. But if it's years in the future and Bruce Wayne's a young Bruce Wayne, wow. You know what? Let's get another Batman. Why not? We have so many Batmans going around. We got Robert Pattinson Batman. We got Michael Keaton Batman. Of course, we have Ben Affleck's Batman. Let's get another Batman. I don't know. Because we don't have enough Batmans, I guess. But I would love to see a something like that. Like see Bruce Wayne growing up, the effects of Joker onto Bruce Wayne and how he becomes Batman at the same time Joker, whatever story, whatever adventure or whatever saga that Joker continues to go on, and how a force that is coming up to stop him. I think that would be kind of cool, and maybe that type of conflict between Bruce Wayne and Joker is something that Todd Phillips wants to write about. And I can see that maybe being more drama than action. It's not going to be that type. But if it could be compelling and drama and things like that for it, it'll be an interesting Joker Batman type movie, I think. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see if that actually happens or not. But excited if Joaquin Phoenix is excited for it. That means it's probably going to turn out pretty damn good. All right. Let's move on to the next and last DC topic here. Black Adam producer says no padding in Dwayne Johnson's costume and teases franchise plans. So we already know that there's no padding. Dwayne Johnson pretty much said that. Dwayne Johnson recently took to Instagram to give us a first glimpse of his Black Adam costume, and the actor's producing partner Danny Garcia has now further teased what fans can expect. Talking to Variety, she confirmed that there was no need for padding in the former pro wrestler's first superhero costume, something the pandemic can be partly credited for. My husband is DJ's strength and conditioning coach, and they were able to get his physique to the right place with so much time before shooting that, Garcia explained. There wasn't a lot of where are we padding or where are we adding and things like that. She said, I've seen him in full costume, and let me tell you, it's a thing. That's one heck of a tease, and now production is well underway. The first look could be shared by Johnson at some point in the coming weeks. Oh, there we go, the coming weeks. Unless it's being saved for, DC fandom. Garcia actually shared an update on shooting, noting we have all our COVID protocols in place and everything is running really smoothly. A lot of our cast is vaccinated. We have different zones. It adds about 30% not only to cost but to the logistics, but we've had no outbreaks. It's great to hear because outbreaks would just shut down, just like Robert Pattinson's, Matt Reeves, the Batman. Declining to confirm how many Black Adam movies are planned, the producer dropped a tease that is sure to get fans excited. We want to do many. We're excited about our long-term relationship with DC on this property. That sounds promising, though it's not surprising that Warner Bros. Has plans to make Johnson's anti-hero a big part of the DC Extended Universe moving forward. Black Adam is set to be released in theaters on July 29th, 2022. So yeah, big plans, more movies, and potentially Black Adam versus Shazam is inevitable at that point. I'm still hoping for Black Adam versus Superman to be inevitable at that point as well. And I hope that's the route they're going with. I still think that at this point in time, they are still carving out their own universe, aside from whatever Warner Brothers is doing with The Flash and stuff, and so on and so forth. I still, and definitely Matt Reeves, possibly carving out his own universe too. So there's a lot of universes being carved out. And Black Adam, they're trying to, stay at the top of the game. But like I said, this is probably the more exciting movie I'm looking forward to, only because it seems like a huge movie. Black Adam, Dwayne Johnson's been cast as Black Adam for a very long time, and I can't wait to see him go against the Justice Society of America, the DCEU's first Justice Society of America on the big screen. I understand they're on the small screen. They've had many on the small screen, but I mean the big screen. The big screen. That's what I want to see. And really excited for that. So that's Black Adam. Okay, that's it, pretty much. Let's get into the members' comments, questions now. Shashank Kushwaha. I think Zack Snyder knows that Warner Bros. Is going to lose DC IP, or at least DC movies. That's why he seems to be roasting them more confidently. He knows he's never going to have to work with the old regime again. Possibly, yeah, I think so. I think he's also watching the Discovery merger as well, and starting to see that, you know what? Screw them. They don't want to work with me. Maybe with the changing of the guard, something happens. Loved Army of the Dead. I hope Netflix give him the green light for his Star Wars story. I wonder how he would alter the lightsaber. Would it just be a sword, or would he change it to something else? Either way, I'm excited to see what he does, and it would give the Star Wars fandom a glimpse of what he could have given them if Disney Fox made it. I obviously prefer Netflix moving forward with him on future projects. They've not only given him free reign on his projects, but most importantly, treated him with respect he deserves. If Warner Bros. Wants him back, it will have to be a new team of execs, and they're going to need to grow. Major apologies would be needed by them, but who cares about those guys? The future is bright. The future is Snyder. Great videos, Chris. Keep up the awesome work. Thanks, David. I actually have a video about that Star Wars 7 Samurai coming out tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that genre, etc. video. I really had fun making that. It's going to be certainly something. I can't wait to see him have free reign on an original sci-fi. That's really exciting. Definitely that's pretty awesome. Hopefully that actually happens, and I think it will. And I think it's probably with Netflix. But like you said, the respect that Netflix gives. I mean, just today, and I haven't gotten to watch it yet, another Snyder School dropped, the second one. So that's awesome. See what they're doing. They're respectful of, and they're hyped because they know there's fans that really love it and really hyped for it. And so, it made #1 in Netflix worldwide. Hopefully #1 Netflix worldwide the second weekend as well. That'd be pretty awesome. Bullet into me. I'm sorry, but Force Awakens was a turn off for me. No original idea, like what George did with the prequels. Yeah, because Force Awakens, after a while, you can, even for people the first time watching, you're like, that's a new hope. I just realized this really late. Maybe the reason why Warner Bros. Re-uploaded Justice League trailer, because it would be a proof that people see Justice League and the Snyder Cut being the same thing. If their thesis is correct, then they are safe. But they were proven very wrong. People know what's garbage and what's gold. Snyder Cut being a big hit, and the recent one, Warner Bros. Will have a hard time continuing from the Justice League. Well, if that wasn't their intention, you're right. They failed completely. The headline about JJ is a bit of clickbait. I suggest to read the full article. It's not clickbait at all. I read the full article. I even watched the actual interview. No, the interview really asked him about his thoughts about Star Wars trilogy, and he reflected on that absolutely and said it should have been planned better. So no clickbait whatsoever. Was hoping for a second Warner Brothers as your final words. Oh, okay. Second Warner Brothers. I didn't say that. Yeah, you're right. Man, that would be crazy. Let's do it. Yeah, Zack Snyder Dark Knight Returns with a new regime and stuff. Maybe they'll let him do it. It's the best Batman story ever. I don't blame him for wanting to do it. That comic changed the industry. Yeah. And I think for a person who, like Watchmen, if he can actually grasp that frame by frame, that it'll be the most, on point, like really a direct adaptation of the comic, which is really awesome. Frank Miller probably, I don't know if you'd like it. Well, 2109, Omni-Man isn't a midget. No, he isn't. but he kind of just his face. But he's gonna get buff, you know. You've seen what is that? That Michael Bay movie that Mark Wahlberg was in, Pain and Gain or something. He was huge. Next up, Emily Browning, baby doll herself, endorsing release of Snyder Punch, right? Well, I didn't see that today, so I don't know if she did. On release, The Women in the Window was #1 worldwide on Netflix, now Army of the Dead. Translation, Zack's Space Magnificent Seven Samurai, starring Amy alongside Anne Hathaway, would smash records for Netflix to invoke. Of course, you want Amy Adams and all that. One starlet is the Yul Brynner character. The other is Steve McQueen and their counterparts in Seven Samurai, of course. I'd say JJ's line about the need for a plan was a big shot at Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen had him do an outline, which Trevorrow was following, but alas, Ryan and Kathleen changed things because Force is female. As obviously, I mean, he's out of that, right now he's over at Warner Media, so he's open to say things like that. All aboard, next destination, Sucketsville. Suck it, Warner Brothers. Funny, the commercial I just saw attached to this vid was Gal Gadot plugging smart water. Huh, okay. Okay, $1 million question, Chris. Who would you cast for Clark and Bruce of Zack's Dark Knight Returns? Personally, for me, I'd go to Josh Brolin again and see if it was game to finally play Batman, despite having been Cable and Thanos since Zack first approached him. As for Supes, well, somehow older than Henry Cavill, but maybe looks younger than Brolin. To emphasize that these are both heroes long fallen from the golden age of the Justice League. Perhaps a previous Supes actor, Dean Cain or Tom Welling. No, it won't be any of those. It will be someone like he was like he referenced in the interview, like Howie Long would be like an obvious choice. So he'd get really accurate, almost like the square chin and everything. So Josh Brolin could definitely be one of those. I could certainly see that. Superman, I can't think of anybody with that square, like right now in my mind. Like it would be probably, I mean, he'd probably choose, but definitely be on lookout, because he'll probably be so specific that he wants it to, like, okay, that is definitely Superman from the Dark Knight Returns. That's definitely Batman from the Dark Knight Returns. Like live, pulled right from the comics, right? Just like how he said Ben Affleck is like on the nose Batman, the chin and everything. So it won't be anybody from the past. It won't be Henry Cavill. It won't be Dean Cain. No, it will be someone else new, someone who hasn't been Superman before, and someone who hasn't been Batman before. So I can't think of anything right now. But I mean, honestly, I still would love to see John Hamm as Superman. I think he'd make a great Superman from some project. Goes to show Zack Snyder directing makes anything better, even Colbert. Yeah, that was a great a late show, and they put the full video on YouTube, so you guys can check it out as well. So, but yeah, that's about it. I think I briefly saw before I came on that there was supposed to be a Army of the Dead watch party this weekend. I guess they just want to make sure you guys check out Army of the Dead this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. I don't know if there was anything else coming out. Make sure you try to hit that #1 on Netflix for Army of the Dead. So check that out. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of entertainment, news, and content, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, keep this hot dog light on. I'll see you next time. Bye.